USA. Actually, he is Colombian, but he is American too, because he was living here for close to 30 years. And then he come back to Colombia and start in this amazing company. He teach people how to love, and that's why he's growing and growing and growing. And he knows a lot about Gano Excel, and well, he's here tonight to teach us how to do this and why he's so successful in Gano Excel. So please help me to receive Diamond Julio Ferrer. Thank you so much.
I think our host deserves all the praise, all the accolades, because to do what this woman did right now is the essence of Gano Excel. The essence of Gano Excel is to reach for the stars. The essence of Gano Excel is to be better every day. And what our future diamond, crown diamond, Claudia did today is get one step closer to reaching her stars. Claudia, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. If they ask me, what song do you want to come out to? And I'm like, oh, put me California Love. Oh yeah. Give me some Tupac. It's great to be home. It's great to see the mountains of Cali, the Pacific Ocean, a little bit chillier than I remembered. But being in the streets of LA, I just realized how God prepared me step by step to reach my goals, reach my dreams. And today I'm going to share with you how to reach your purpose. And it's a topic that I'm fascinated with. Because sometimes in Gano Excel, we might focus 100% in a project of an entrepreneurial project. And that's great. But to really be successful in Gano Excel or be successful in any aspect of your life, you need to really understand and find that purpose, that reason why you want to do this. Because if it's just for money, I'm always the first to say there are many other ways to do it, way faster, way easier. But if you're trying to find freedom, then that's a purpose worth fighting for. And that is what Gano Excel is. Gano Excel is not an ATM machine. It's freedom. It's being able to spend time with your family, but of course not sacrificing that valuable resource, time, trying to work every day just to make ends meet. So in order to do that, we need to identify that life is a binary system. Life is just a yes or a no, a left or a right. I think even when they created the comp plan for Gano Excel, they even use the essence of life. It's either we go to the left or we go to the right. It's a binary system. And so what's on one side? The ordinary, the normal. What's normal for most people? Waking up at 6:30 in the morning, getting on their car or getting dressed, taking a shower, getting in their car, fight the 405, and get to work stressed. Or before that, stopping by a McDonald's, buying an Egg McMuffin, having breakfast on the 405 to get to work. Then you go to work and then you're there all day till 5, 6 o'clock to come home, watch a little TV, then probably go back to bed. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I believe that God has a design, has a plan much more greater than just that for you. God created us to be free. God created us to be masters of the universe. But many times we don't believe it. And we accept the crumbs that we are given. And so, what's on the other side? The extraordinary. And just like its name is said, it's just that little extra. It's everything I just mentioned. But instead of going home, watch a little TV, and then go to bed, you sit with a friend, a family. You pour a very delicious, healthy cup of coffee, and you explain to them how you can change your stars and their stars working together as a team. It's everything I just mentioned, but just that minor detail can be the seed that creates an extraordinary life. Now, is it easier? No, because it's a little bit more extra. But is it worth it? You better believe it is. And the only thing that truly matters is that tonight you make a decision. Are you going to continue living an ordinary life, which no one here has the right to criticize or to make you feel shame? Or do you believe that you are destined and that you were born to live an extraordinary life? Only you can make that decision. So, a binary system. There's only left or right. Either you're dependent or independent. Now, what are we dependent on? This very famous word called a salary. Something that we all know. We work for hours. We live to pay bills. We depend on that check every Friday or every 2 Fridays. Now, once again, if you want to live like that, there is nothing wrong with it. Or do you want to be independent? Do you want to be the master of your time? Because there is a way, if you believe there is. I think that's always been the problem. People don't think it's real. And that's why it's so important for me to be here with you. I wouldn't fly all the way from Colombia to come back home to spend time with you if it wasn't real. I want you to understand that to be independent, it means to make some sacrifices in the short term to be able to live an extraordinary life in the long term. But it's all up to you. And I forgot to change this in Spanish, but it says independence is only a thing of the strong. It's not easy to be independent. But once again, is it worth it? The answer will always be yeah. Because when you can spend time with the loved ones, your loved ones, then you realize why you work so hard. When you can spend time with the people you love without having to sacrifice that idea that I have to wake up, it's Monday, I felt it, we all felt it, it's Sunday afternoon, and we start to get this cold, like a cold shower feeling because we know that tomorrow is Monday. We know that tomorrow I have to wake up early and go to work. If you're willing to sacrifice just a little bit extra, you will never have to feel that feeling again. Is it worth it? Absolutely. But only you can make that decision. So once What's the way? Or how can I do this? Everything you say sounds great, Diamond. Everything you say sounds even romantic. I'm inspired. But practical. I live in California. I live in Los Angeles. I work from 9 to 5, 9 to 6. I hate the 405. Everything you say sounds wonderful, but how is it practical to me? By the profession of network marketing, a networker. Now the funny thing is, we didn't grow up with this profession. We know about being a doctor, very respected profession. We know about being a lawyer, very respected profession. But in my case, my mom never taught me about being a networker. So I had no idea this even existed. In many cases, that's the problem. You don't even know that this exists, that this is a real thing. Sometimes we think that a networker is someone who just doesn't have anything better to do. It's the person that failed in all his other endeavors, and his last resort or her last resort is being a networker. When you understand that networking is being free, it allows you to be your own boss. You don't have to worry about a salary because you created residual income. Then it's no longer a profession of embarrassment. It's a profession of pride. Being prideful that you are a networker, a professional networker. Sometimes I think that's what's holding us back here in the U.S. We don't take pride in our profession because we don't even understand our profession. Now, this is a very simple mathematical equation because mathematics is a language that we all understand. So, we know about 40 hours a week, but let's go ahead and say you really like that extra dollar, that extra dollar bill. So you're gonna work 50 hours in a week. 50 weeks in 1 year. That will produce 2,500 hours of production. Now, if you do that for 40 years, you're going to produce in your lifetime over 100,000 hours. Now, that's great, and that's awesome. But is there an easier way to produce this than to do this? Because this is hard. People say, I would love to do your business, but it's hard. And I go, I would love to live like this, but that's harder. You have to choose which hard you want. Because nothing in life is easy if it's worth having. But this to me is too hard. Now what's an option? Creating a team of 100 people that each work 10 hours a week. That will produce in 1 week 1,000 hours. You do that for 100 weeks, you would have produced 100,000 hours a week production in your lifetime. Same results, but two very different ways to get there. The question that I have for you is, which one is harder for you? For me, this one is way harder. Because to achieve this one, I have to invest my whole life. To achieve this one, I have to invest a few years. So the question is, which do you prefer? 40 years or 2 years? 3 years? Heck, let's go out on a limb. 5 years. 5 years of your life to create this. It will always be worth it. To be the best, you have to be the best learner. Here's the thing about Mr. Leal. He's the president and the founder of this company. He's the benchmark. He's the bar. And something I love about this man is that he's at the top. He's up in Mount Everest. But somehow, some way, he's always the one that makes you feel like you're the most important person in the world when you speak to him. When you learn that that's how he created his fortune, you understand that in order to be up here, you need to serve down here. Many people don't realize that being a diamond is just it literally is just serving thousands of people. That's all it is. It's not even about the 12,000 CVs in your pay later. It's just about serving thousands of people after a long period of time. That's all it is. But in order to be the best, you really have to be the most humble. But we have to ask the question, why do people not reach their goals? The first one, and it's very simple, they don't know what they're supposed to know. The reason that many people live on just their salary is because they don't know there's another way to live. The reason why people work from Monday to Saturday, 50 hours a week, is because they don't know there's a different way to live life. So for them, it's the only way to live life. So they just accept it. They just figured, yes, God put me here on this earth so that I pay the Sprint, pay the car note, pay rent, pay electricity, gas, and water. That's it. Because they don't know why God really put them on this earth. They don't know how to reach their goals. They don't know that there's a company that was constructed in Malaysia in 1995. They don't know that this company in just 24 years now in the international market is making profit of over $1 billion a year. They don't know that this company physically has presence in over 70 countries in the world. They just don't know that Gano Excel has a system, a very simple but very professional system that will teach them how to become professional networkers. They just don't know this. And that's where we come in. We have to show them what they don't know. Here's a tough one. They don't know why they should do it. And to me, that was a hard one. Because I always tell someone, hey, if you can look your children in the eyes and be okay with not being able to take them to Disneyland because one, you don't have the time, or two, you don't have the money, well, there's nothing that Julio Ferrer can say to you to make you change your mind. If you can't look your mom and dad in the eyes and see the sacrifice that they have done so that you could have a better opportunity here in America, if you don't see that, then there's nothing that Julio Ferrer can say that's going to make you change your mind. You need to understand that you need this and that there is no more, there is no game. This isn't a game. This is real. And it's up to you if you're going to become the hero of your family or just a story that was never told. You have to decide that, but you have to know why you got to do this. Otherwise, nothing that Diamond Julio Ferrer will tell you will make a difference. And here's a good one. Challenges out of your control. This is the reason why people don't do our business. Because they're like, due to the political system, my life is a mess. It has nothing to do with that. It doesn't matter all this external stuff. You are the person that decides what is going to be written in your story. You are the hero of your story. Putting the blame on everything else is ordinary. Assuming the responsibility for your actions, that's extraordinary. I decide where I want to go. God created you so that you could be master or masters of your universe. But you have to decide where you're going to go. The size of my goal should be directly proportional to the size of my personal change. Do you want to know why you work from Monday to Saturday, 40, 50 hours a week, and make less than $1,000? Because you don't want to change the way you think. You don't want to change the way you act. You don't want to change the way you behave. You don't want to change the way you help people. That's the reason, and I say this with all the love in my heart, you are poor. That's it. It has nothing to do with situations. It has nothing to do with your background. It has nothing to do with the reason that you were born into a poor family. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that you have not made the conscious decision to change. Julio Ferrer cannot do that for you. I cannot decide to change you. I can only decide to change myself. I can only try to show you how to do it. But if you don't walk that line, there's nothing I can do for you. So if you want to become a millionaire in the industry of network marketing, if you want to be able to buy a Bentley and live in a beautiful house here in Chino, well, you better start helping people. Because if you don't help people, you're going to continue working 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. You have to be humble. It all starts with a clear vision. You need to have clear what you want in your life. Do you want to continue watching your mom work like nonstop and know that you are healthy, you're young, you have all the intelligence, you have all the capacity, and you're wasting it? That is the hardest thing. Or do you have clear that you are responsible to give your mom a thank you for all that she has done for you? I know that for me was very important in my lifetime while my mom was with me still on earth. And so many times we don't have a clear vision of what we want. We have a clear vision of it's Friday night, let's go out and party. Hey, that's okay. There's no problem. But I just want you to know that that party is not going to produce a change in your life or your family's life. Now, you can say this Friday night, I'm going to go and train to become a better entrepreneur. This Friday, I'm going to learn how to become more professional in my profession. These are the steps that will allow you to achieve your goals, but because you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. What are the 2 ingredients? The correct attitude and the correct plan of action. Because you can come with the greatest attitude in the world. Yeah, I'm ready, Diamond. Woo! We're going to do this. We're going to make it happen. And not do anything. Congratulations. You scream very well. You applaud like a god, but you're not going to do anything with your life. Or you have a great plan of action, but your attitude, pardon my French, sucks. no one is going to want to be a part of this. If they look at you and they say, man, he looks worse than me. If this is such a great company, if this is such a great business, then why do you look so bad? Your attitude screams, don't do this. So you have to understand that you have to train yourself to have the right attitude. Now, it's easy as I know. You can say, Diamond, I try to have a right attitude, but when I tell someone about Gano Excel and they look at me like I'm ridiculous, or they say that I'm wasting my time, it brings me down. And I totally understand that. I can totally relate to that. But that's why it's worth it. Because it's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. You got to be strong. You have to have clear your vision, and you have to know where you're going. And that is going to bring your attitude back up. And then once you have the attitude back up, you're going to say, on Tuesday, I'm going to have 3 presentations, 1-to-ones and 2 coffee breaks. And I'm going to make it happen. And you make it happen. You do this for an X amount of time, and you are condemned to success. You are condemned to success. Who here wants to be condemned to success? I know I do. I would love to be condemned to success. In fact, I know I'm condemned to the success. But it's not important that I know it. It's important that you know it. Humility, someone is better than you at something. This idea that sometimes we feel that because I am now a gold rank, I know how to do this. I'm a diamond. I'm the leader. You have to understand that someone is better than you at something. Someone can do something better than you that it's just, you have no idea how to do that. So before you toot your own horn, understand that you're still just learning an aspect of your life. I always tell people, what good is it that you're a diamond if your marriage is falling apart? What good is it that you're gold rank if you don't have the respect of your children? You have money, that's awesome. What about the other aspects of your life? Are they intact? Because having money, I know people that are so poor that the only thing they have is money. I don't want to be that poor. So we have to always be humble and understand that, hey, I can learn from someone. What is this apprentice Eli going to tell me about Gano Excel? Listen to him. He might have everything you need to know about Gano Excel. Gratitude. The person that invited you to this space, the person that invited you to this company, you should always have gratitude towards that person, even if that person is no longer here. It's that my upline abandoned me. My upline is doing another business now. But it's not his life. It's your life. It's not his business. It's your business. Thank God that He put an angel in your life to show you this great opportunity. But it's your responsibility of what you're going to make with it, what you're going to do with it. I'm fortunate that my upline, my sponsor, is literally like my brother. And we have a very close friendship. But you have to understand, with him or without him, it's Julio's life. And I need to live it, and I need to make the most of it. But I will always be grateful to him for the opportunity he gave me when he took out a napkin plan, and showed it to me. If for nothing else, always be grateful to the people in your life. Your word, doing what you say you will do. If one of you have ever uttered these words, you are screwed. And I say that with all love. I promise you, I swear to you, I will be a diamond in this company. If in any moment have said or done anything like that to a friend or a family, you have screwed yourself, because you have no other option than to become a diamond in this company. So anytime you want to quit, remember how you were so arrogant in promising that you will be a diamond. And you get back to work. You get back to sharing Ganodema with people. You get back to working with people because you gave your word. Now you have to fulfill your promise. That is a real man or real woman of honor. And here in God Excel, I know we are real men and real women of honor. Am I correct? The most important thing of a human being is love. Love others as I have loved you. Very famous. I'm not going to say who said it, but the teacher of teachers. And the thing is, the reason why we don't advance in our business, in many cases, is because we see it as just a business. People are not dumb. People are not fools. They know when you want to use them or when you want to help them. Many times, we never understand that we are not looking for clients. We are looking for associates, business partners. And that's the reason why you still don't have a network. Because people don't want to feel used by you. They want to feel loved. So when you share a cup of coffee, they can see in your eyes how you see them. Do you see them with hearts or do you see them with dollar signs? People are not dumb. They know when you really want to help them or when you just want to make money off of them. Or how would you feel if the person that presented God Excel to you just wanted you to sign up just to make money off of you? If you really take that to heart, I promise you this will change your business forever. When you sit down with someone, you drink a cup of coffee with Ganodema with that person, really try to find why God Excel is a great opportunity in their lives. Because when you are able to do that, that's when the person says, hey, I need this. Thank you. Dude, this has been the prayer. This is what I've been looking for. Meanwhile, they're just like, yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you, Juan Valdez. I'm not interested in that. So make sure, starting tonight, that when you do a one-to-one or a coffee break, don't think about $150 startup commission. Think about their wife, their kids, how great their marriage can be if they spend more time together. Think about maybe that person has problems, health issues, and how the Ganodema can really make an impact in their lives. And how even if they never decide to be a business partner, but they will always consume Ganodema because of the impact they received in their lives, and how they will always be grateful to you that you brought them this incredible product to their lives. I promise you that will create a network that will vast surpass anything that your dreams can come up with. Leadership. I'm going to go a little bit faster. So sometimes I kind of, but it's just that I can't help but want this for you. I want this so bad for you that I think I want it more than you do. I think that's the problem. I want you to live what I live. The problem is I think you don't really want to live this.
I want it.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Leadership. This thing, passion. This is my passion. A true leader is a mechanism of change. If you are not inspiring other people to change their lives, it's because you haven't changed their life. What makes a real leader? An unwavering professional ethical commitment, gives all of himself or herself when confronted with overwhelming odds. It's easy to quit. It's tempting to quit. God, I want to quit. But at the end, if you don't quit, it will be worth it. People will be, that man, that woman is a professional. And thanks to them, my life is different. If you don't quit. That is a true leader. Willingness. Leadership is never a title. If you have to tell your team that you're the leader, then let me tell you, you are not the leader. Your team tells you you're the leader. Achieving great things and inspiring with examples. Don't say what you're going to do, just do it, Nike style. That other people are going to be like, hey, I want to do that too. Visualize greatness, checking minor goals on the way. The reason why people are afraid of Gonna Excel is because they look at Gonna Excel like Mount Everest. We need to teach people to put your head down, focus on the left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, then look up. You're going to be amazed that you are either halfway up Mount Everest, if not, you're just right there at the peak. But if you sit there and you look at it from afar, you're never going to begin this business because it's a huge mountain. So you need to teach people, hey, before you want to be crowned diamond, let's go ahead for your apprentice elite. A desire to keep learning, always in the attitude of an apprentice. The correct focus. I don't focus on what I don't have. I focus on what I do have. Imagine me saying, because I have crutches, because I have polio, I cannot live in freedom. That is the poor mentality. Because I have crutches, because I have polio, I have to live in freedom. That's the attitude we have to have. But many times, the reason why we should do this is the reason we don't do this. And I can't help you with that. Only you can make that change. Making sure my team is getting paid. I love this. You know what's better than getting paid yourself? And I'm not trying to be romantic. I'm not trying to be, cliches. But you know what's better than you getting paid? When you receive that phone call and you hear, thank you. I paid my bills thanks to Gonna Excel. Oh man, that's awesome. My commitment, no one is left behind. We're like the Marine Corps over here, people. We go back for the one, for that last one. Because you never know that person was on the brink of quitting and now is your crown diamond in your pay leg. You never quit on anyone, even if they quit on you. Because it's your life, it's your business, but it's your code of honor. My capacity. If you want your team to grow, how's your growth? How can you expect your team to grow if you stay the same? You need to trust your people. If you are the system of your team, well, you're always going to be the system of your team. And you're always going to be the slave of your team. If you don't learn to trust your people, start to give them homework, tasks, so that they can start to create their own leadership, then congratulations. You are a leader for the rest of your life. Time to get to work every day. And you've not achieved the greatness of Gonna Excel. You just made Gonna Excel a self-employed business for yourself. I've always told people, it's not about making $50,000 a month. It's about making 20 at the beach, hanging out with your friends and family. I couldn't change this in English, but it's very simple. Employee, networker. 40 years versus 5 years. Security versus freedom. Lineal pay versus residual pay. Salary, income. Individual work, team. You work where, or your money comes from where you work, where you park your car and you stay there for about 8 hours a day. You're going to be a global brand. You are completing your boss's dream. You're completing your dream. You have a fixed time. 8 o'clock, 5 p.m. You decide what time you want to wake up. You decide what time you want to hang out with your friends and family. 100% your effort. 1% of 1,000, 100,000, 1 million people's effort. Comfort zone, even though we don't live comfortably. The zone or the challenge zone, where every day you grow, every day you become a better man, a better woman. A burning fire. All empires begin with the small actions. If I want to live the life of my dreams, I cannot, I will not stay where the majority live. If they're making fun of you because you are a networker down in Excel, thank God. Because I don't want to live their life. I want to live my life. I see how they live. I don't want that for me. No one can stop us. No one can stop you except yourself. You have so much power that you can either become crown diamond or do nothing at all. That's how much power you have in your hands. Everyone can make it, but not everyone is willing to pay the price. Friday night, Los Angeles, easy to go out party, easy to hang out with your friends. But that's why you're going to create residual income, and they're going to stay working menial jobs for the rest of their lives. At the end of the day, Los Angeles, you have to decide if you're going to be masters of your universe or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you.